பாரத ஸ்டேட் வங்கி தலைவர் அருந்ததி பட்டாச்சாரியா கோவை ரயில் நிலையத்தில் இருக்கும் SBI வங்கி கிளையில் செய்தியாளர்களிடம் பேசி வருகிறார். அதனை நேரலையில் பார்க்கலாம்.
Focus so much on loan disbursals. Therefore, what has happened is that the top line has shrunk. Now, if the top line is shrinking, your NPA number as a percentage will go up. So that is expected during this quarter and maybe a little more in the next, because it is also a fact that economic activity has got impacted. In any value chain, the last link is mostly cash. Because that cash is not immediately available, therefore there has been a slowdown in the offtake of goods. But the fact is this is temporary in nature. The demand exists in the country. Therefore this will all come back as people readjust their business models, which we hope will be more towards less cash models. As that happens, the demand is existing. Therefore, all of this will come back. So there will be some temporary impact. Now, how that is going to impact on the classification of advances, very difficult to say at this point of time. But we are hoping that the impact will be short-lived and therefore there will not be any lasting classification worries.
How much do you see an impact on your cashless?
One by one, I cannot. You have asked a number of questions. Let her ask. Yes,
how much of an increase do you see in your cashless transactions, more of digital transactions?
Oh, digital transactions have really gone up. In the sense that if you look at my POS transactions are up 300% by numbers and 200% by value. If you look at our wallet, the wallet downloads are hugely up. In fact, we have never seen this many wallet downloads. And the transaction itself is more than 100% up. So if you are looking at transaction levels, they have gone up hugely. Not only that, we are seeing a lot of demand. So a lot of people are coming to us for POS machines. Yesterday, for instance, the Bombay Doctors Association requested us for 650 POS machines for use in the doctors' chambers. Similarly, there are a lot of corporates who are asking us for impress cards, which they will use for low value payments to many of their contract workers, even say for people like the drivers who were being given cash to fill petrol in the car. They would be given these impressed cards. So there is a lot of demand for cards, a lot of demand for POS machines. We are installing 3,600 POS machines at the various toll plazas so that people can use cards instead of cash at the tolls. So there is a lot of activity currently going on for installation of POS and for issuance of cards.
Now restriction has been imposed on the land registration. So how it will be affect your housing loans?
No, this is specific to Tamil Nadu. There is a High Court order which has restricted the registration of lands without the approval of the state authorities. The
State of town and country.
district town. So this is specific only to Tamil Nadu.
No, other states are also fine.
No, but I don't really have any understanding of this, because this is not a problem that we are facing in other places, not as yet at least. So we have to see how it impacts. But frankly speaking, today there are a lot of loans that are not only being made to householders, but also to people who are buying apartments. And in those cases, the registration of the land and the approvals are all already in place. So that there should not be any impact. For individual houses, if there is any impact, we will see how best we can deal with the situation. But at this point of time, I really don't have a solution.
Do you think the impact of this demonetization will be over by the end of this financial year?
We definitely hope so, and we see no reason why not. As I said, the demand is still there in the market. If you look at the food and vegetable market, there, in the first 2 days, the actual delivery and the actual sales were way down. But then 3 days later, if you have seen the newspapers themselves, they have said places like the Azad Mandi in Delhi, which is one of the biggest fruit and vegetable markets, they only reported a 10% slowdown. So obviously, food and vegetables is something, it's a demand that people can't wait for. So there, I think things are almost back to normal. People are buying what they needed to buy. And the sellers are also selling almost at that level, maybe not fully. Maybe they are still 10-12% down. So also in other areas where people have been able to defer the demand, they have deferred it. But because the demand is still there, people will readjust their business models and they will definitely come back and they will definitely do their business as they were doing earlier. The time taken, whether it will be by end of this fiscal, we definitely hope so, but we have to wait a little bit and see.